So this is my recently graded Luke Bespin collection, except for one figure is AFA graded that I previously bought on eBay. The rest of these are all just recently returned from CAS. I've got a tri-logo graded as a 75, a ginger hair that was it's got a preserved grade. I'll talk more about that, of 80. Here's the AFA graded yellow hair Luke Bespin, graded as an 80. Here is a Canadian brown hair Luke Bespin, graded as a 70. And a yellow hair Sculpt 1 Luke Bespin, graded as a 70. We'll take a look at them one by one here. Here's a closer look at the yellow hair 70, CAS 70, card 70, bubble 75, figure 80. Nice looking figure. Got the bright yellow hair, the Sculpt 1. You can tell by the lightsaber hilt is connected to the utility belt. Comes on a 32 card back. Although I didn't count the figures, I think the Yoda up there in the corner is number 32. Still has its little punch out hanger piece intact. Nice figure. We'll move on to the Canadian Luke Bespin with the walking photo. You can see the Canadian label there underneath the Kenner logo. And I'm curious, I don't know this for a fact, but I think the Canadians only come with that walking photo, Canadian Luke Bespins, but I could be wrong. At least that's how I've seen them on eBay. I bought this figure in about 2011, I think, and I did pay kind of a premium for him. I paid $600, which was a lot at the time. You know, $600 is a lot now, but the figure is worth quite a bit more than that now, especially now that it's graded. These Canadian figures are pretty rare. I've only seen them on eBay about 2 or 3 times over the last 10 years or so. Although I'm not omniscient, I don't see every single auction on eBay. I know the blacked out Ewoks on YouTube has one. And if I recall, I think his has yellow hair. He's got a Canadian figure with yellow hair. But it's the same walking photo card back as well. Here's a recent acquisition. This is a figure I got from, well, I bought it in Australia, but it's a Kenner US card. Kind of your classic yellow hair Luke Bespin. Also, the walking photo makes it worth more, because that's a rare card. I believe the walking photos were the earlier cards, and they were released with 31 and 32 card backs. After those card backs, they switched to the other photo with Luke drawing his blaster with a blue background. See, I think this is a 31 card back because I don't think Yoda's on here. Yoda was the 32nd figure, I believe. This is a nice looking figure, maybe one of the nicest pieces I have. A higher grade for most of my figures are like 70 or 75, so that 80 on a carded figure is a pretty nice grade for me. This is the figure that has a preserved grade by CAS, which means they couldn't grade the card, but they graded the figure, and they call that a preserved grade. They couldn't grade the card because the ink on the somebody inked in a little bit where the sticker price used to be. $80+, it says preserved grade. This is a ginger hair Luke Bespin. I haven't said that yet. And I believe it's the dark ginger. I recently was talking with someone on YouTube, and he said there's different variations of the ginger hair, but I believe this is the dark ginger variation. Correct me if I'm wrong. $41D card back. I believe it's the 41D card back. And there's a little tiny S down there below the proof of purchase that indicates that it was from the Smile factory of origin, and I believe that was in Hong Kong. Here's my Tri-Logo figure. Of all the figures here, this is the figure that I've had for the longest. I have got this figure in about 1992 or 93. So this one goes way back. These Tri-Logos were pretty common in the 90s, buying them at a Toy Shop magazine. And now they're super rare. The figure variation to note here is that it's an olive hair figure. You can see the hair color is a little bit more sort of a greenish brown, especially when you compare it to, like, say, the brown hair or the ginger. You have to kind of put them side by side to really see it sometimes, but I did that in one of my other videos if you want to check those out. It says collect all 70, but there's 79 figures and a couple blacked out figures down there. Bubbles got a kind of a ding in it which is common. The bubbles on those Tri-Logos are thinner plastic, and also they're really bigger, so they're a little bit more vulnerable to denting. This is the extent of my current mint on card graded Luke Bespin collection. I've sent off a few more Luke Bespins to be graded, and I will do an update video when I get those back. But I hope you guys are all well and healthy, and if you like this video, please like and subscribe, and please leave a comment. Thanks for watching.